I mean, we had a thing in the news today. I'll show you this. Here you go. I mean, this one made it ashore. God knows how. But look, uh, partially deflated dinghy dumped on the coast. Well, where are the occupants of said dinghy? No one knows. This is the thing, because it made landfall and then they split. They legged it. They're gone. Police and border force officers were continuing to search a campsite, which is where they think they all went to, and it's a group of migrants after their dinghy was beached off the Kent coast this morning. It looks like it come and made landfall just in the Dymchurch area, and at least 30 people were found wandering around, and some are still kind of missing. Dozens of people were seen leaving the boat and disappearing into nearby villages. A border force chartered bus has picked up around 30 so far, but police and border forces continue to search the area around a local campsite where locals spotted a group of suspected migrants. This morning, beaching is one of several sightings that Border Force and RNLI lifeboats have responded to today. In other words, they're operating their usual taxi service. It comes as the news can reveal 290 boats crossed the English Channel so far this year. I suspect it's more than that personally. And since the start of the year, 10,000 people have paid gangs to come across. I love the way they word that, paid to come across rather than actually come over here. Despite poor weather conditions for large parts of April and May, the figure for those making the voyage is far higher than the numbers who crossed in the same period last year. We know this already. It's just going to go up and up and up. Around 50 people were on board each of the makeshift inflatables. Yesterday, 198 were pulled from 4 boats off Dover and Dungeness. On Tuesday, 335 aboard 10 small boats attempted the hazardous journey. 2 boats got into difficulties and 86 were rescued on the French side of the channel before returning to shore. So is this they're only doing it when, they're getting into trouble? Otherwise, they're handing them over to us and letting them fly. They were, speaking of flying, that's another thing, isn't it? They were taken to Dover Harbour for processing before entering the UK asylum system. Up to 500 people have crossed the English Channel so far this week alone, after poor weather in recent days forced a temporary halt to the smuggling activities. On June the 14th of all days, there's supposed to be the first flight to drop these buggers in Rwanda. Now, if you ask me, I cannot see that taking place. I don't think that plane will ever leave, or if it does, it will leave pretty much empty. That's my feelings on it. Somebody said, call me paranoid, but Trojan horse. Yes, I do wonder that myself. On Tuesday, they confirmed June the 14th, follows an announcement by Boris in April that the UK has struck a deal with Rwanda to take an undisclosed number of dinghy divers. Undisclosed? That probably means nowhere near what there should be. And they agreed to pay the government in Kigali 120 million quid initially. Why not just stop them crossing the channel in the first place? It would save a lot of money, wouldn't it? But that's not going to happen. That's the ideal solution to the problem. But M. Perry, it will fly empty. Totally agree with you. Just popped in to give you my daily thumbs up, buddy. King 77703, thank you very much. Although the Home Secretary has said she's determined to ensure the first group of asylum seekers fly out on the 14th of June, the Home Office says it expects a number of legal challenges will be lodged to try to halt the flights. Yeah, as Boris said, lefty lawyers, they'll be all over it like a rash on a baby's backside, basically. It won't happen. There'll be legal challenges galore. And meanwhile, I mean, I think I read a figure the other day where they were saying 50 of them were going to come over on this plane and go over to Rwanda. And if you put that up against the hundreds that are coming over every day, every week, every year, it don't even scratch the surface. Shirley, you make a valid